Everyone, my name is Dmitry and I'm from Farmington Hills, Michigan. So before BNB Formula, I wanted to get into Airbnb, but I really didn't know how to get started. And I was talking to other investors and I wasn't focused. So I knew that a coach and a specific method were the only things that would work for me. And what made me try BNB Formula is when I listened to Brian's method, I immediately connected with how straightforward he made the approach and getting people started with Airbnb. So the day I started the program, I felt like I connected to it immediately, and I knew that I was on the right path. I started taking detailed notes of each lesson, reviewing them, making action plans, and actually taking action. And it felt really awesome. Since then, we've had more than 40 short-term stays with us. We've received Superhost status and all the other badges available on Airbnb, and the average nightly rate is now about twice as much as it was in the beginning, and I continue to raise it gradually, to find the top of the market. We're still not even at the top of the market. And what's great about having repeat guests, people who come back to the area for business every few weeks, they love this so much. They keep booking it in advance now, so that feels really awesome. And these people, they're done with hotels. So they only want to stay in my Airbnb, which is really, really amazing to me. And now I consider myself one of the experts in the area for Airbnb. I freely share knowledge with other investors and with my family and friends. And having the extra income, of course, really helps. So now it's time to really scale the business and create a longer-term plan. Of course, the drawback of buying a house instead of renting one is now you have all your money tied in a single property. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting that way. So going forward, I'm definitely sticking exactly to Brian's method and renting only. As to how the journey affected people around me, my wife and most other family members and friends were very skeptical about Airbnb in general, especially in the area where I was looking to set it up. I previously made some, poor real estate investment decisions, but with this course, I was able to very quickly prove to her and to really everybody else that Airbnb works when the right method is applied. And Brian made it really possible. So launched Airbnb in January, and in the middle of winter in Michigan, I really didn't have high expectations of what was going to happen. But I believe because I followed Brian's suggestions on staging and decorations and excellent communication with guests, I was able to attract a lot of guests very quickly. So 5-star reviews started to pile up very quickly, and with that, the monthly earnings went from $1,000 a month in January to about $3,000 a month in May. Overall, we are running between 2 to 3 times of rental rates in the area. And lastly, let me say that I've purchased many various real estate education courses, and this is by far the best value out there. Brian and his approach to coaching are the real deal. You just have to go forward and not look back. It is amazing to watch people's faces when I show them my nearly booked Airbnb calendar. I mean, there's maybe 2 to 3 to 4 days, between 2 and 5 days really, any given month that's unbooked. And that's, a Wednesday or a Thursday, but everything else is booked. And I really believe anyone can do this if you start with the right approach and with the right action plan. And so I want to thank Brian and the BNB Formula for letting me have that opportunity. Thanks.
Hey, Aaron here with my business partner, Corrine. Hey. We're hanging out our crib in Surfers Paradise. Check that out. Whoops!
Yay! Hey, we just want to say we're so delighted and so excited that we picked up Brian's course. We were really, really struggling. We had one property and it wasn't really making a great profit. We signed up for Brian's course and oh my God, it's been amazing, hasn't it?
It's so easy. It's so easy now.
So, yeah, previously we weren't making money. We didn't have our time scaled. We didn't have a lot of things scaled. Since doing the course, we've been able to scale so many things with the day-to-day stuff of the Airbnb, which has saved us a lot of time and a lot of money. And we've turned a profit. And we've been able to hang out anytime we have a vacancy. We can come and stay in for the night. Not that that's very often.
I think our biggest thing is that we own a couple of businesses, and one of our biggest objectives was to be able to build out an Airbnb business that we didn't have to put a lot of time into. And after going through the course, we've not only learned how to make the money from the course, but also go, you know what, we can have a cleaner that can do most of the work, and we can get it done. And we, now we're on 3-4 properties, and we're gonna have a lot more. They're turning profits, and just that process of being able to get a new property and then make money out of it is so much easier now, considering we weren't making money to begin with. So thank you so much for that. So we love you. We love you.
Excited. Thank you. Thinking of doing this, if anyone's thinking of doing the course, absolutely do it, because we were really just kind of starting off on the entrepreneurial journey.
For sure.
And now we've learned so many skills, as well as we can take across into other businesses, not just Airbnb.
And you're like an Airbnb ninja now. Big love.
Gilmore, and I'm from Loganville, Georgia. I'd just like to tell you about my experience with the BNB Formula. I was just probably like everybody else, had a living from, spending all the money that I made. And so, I didn't, I was tired of that. So I was looking for a way to increase my income, and, I need to build up, I need to think about retirement and what I'm going to do, to support myself the rest of my life. So I need a business that has can generate income month after month, that is set up where I don't have to continuously work. So I saw Brian's program, and it made a lot of sense to me. He's talking about like Uber and Amazon and all these places that they don't own anything. They don't own any cars. Airbnb doesn't own any hotels, but they're worth a ton of money, billions and billions of dollars, and it's growing. It's the way of the future. So, like I said, it just made sense to me. So I took a leap of faith and got the program, but it turns out it didn't work for me right off the bat. But that's only because it wasn't the program, it was me. Even though I bought the program, I procrastinated about it. I was actually, I guess, scared to go out to obtain any properties. And so, but I finally did. So I went out, and I've got some, and it was with relative ease, and now I have 3. It's only been, because I delayed, it's probably been about 6 months, but I've got 3 properties, and so I'm, it's at least $3,500 a month coming in now, and that takes care of, a majority of my bills already. I can cut back on doing what else I've been doing, and you have enough where I can totally let those go, and I'll have, a business that keeps generating money for me. I'm very excited about that. I knew that I succeeded when I finally went out and obtained the property, because that was the biggest hurdle for me, because I know that Airbnb works, because they're humongous. Plus, I've when I go on vacation, I'll look at Airbnb, and I've stayed in a lot of properties and been extremely happy with my experience. So now I'm a part of that network, and it feels good. I don't know how it's affected people around me, but they can probably tell my attitude's better, because I'm more, I got a more sense of security knowing that I have money coming in. I'm sure my kids are happy, because they won't have to bring me in and take care of me, because I'll have a nice retirement. But money just comes in month after month. But yeah, like I said, my big win was just finally getting the confidence. The program works incredible. It's everything they say it works. It's just a matter of implementing it, which I know a lot of people actually don't, which doesn't make any sense. But you know, I got it. Finally used it, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Really, I'm extremely happy, and I really do appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Brian.